Alright, here's our practice for the first Sig test. It's PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So I'm going to do what's inside the parentheses first. So that's 3 minus 6, which is negative 3. Then you square it. That's how you get the 9. Then you do multiplication. Multiply those two together. You get the 18. Subtract. You get negative 6. You have to do what's inside the parentheses first. So it's negative 7 minus 2. So that gives you negative 9. The absolute value of that gives you positive 9. Minus a negative means you're adding. That's how I got 15. Big ugly problem. Take it one step at a time. Negative times a negative. I'm inside these parentheses. Negative times a negative gives me a positive 6. So I have negative 12 plus 6 is negative 6. 5 minus 3 is 2. Absolute value is 2. And the negative 10 is still sitting there. Combine those together, you get negative 12. Absolute value of negative 6 is 6. So add these together and you get negative 6. Do what's inside parentheses, and being on top of this fraction means you're in parentheses. So it's negative 10 minus 2 gives you negative 12 divided by negative 2 gives you positive 6. You have to do the exponent before you do subtraction. So that's 2 squared is 4. So it's negative 4 plus 6 is 2. Function notation says g, so I have to use g. G of negative 3 means plug it in. You just plug it in for the x. Negative 3 squared is 9 because it's negative 3 times negative 3. 9 plus 1 is 10. H of x is this graph. So h of negative 1 means my negative 1 is my x. So negative 1 for x means y is also negative 1. H of x is 3. So h of x is 3, so that means my y is 3. So I look for y being 3 on the graph is 2. Find x when f of x is equal to 11. So I'm plugging in 11 for the f of x, because 11 is equal to the f of x. Excuse me. Then you solve it. Add 1 to both sides. Divide by 2. It's a function. If every input gives you one output, for every x you get one y. And in this case I get 2 different. If I plug in 2 I get out 1 or 3, so that's not a function. For every x, I get out 1y. For every x, I get out 1y, 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 1y. Function. Not a function, because if I plugged in 0, I'd get an answer here, here, and here. That's 3 different answers. Function, because every x I plug in, I only get out 1y. Only 1y. Domain is my possible x values. My x's can go on forever since that has a arrow. Has an arrow. My range is possible y values. Well, it goes down all the way, so that's negative infinity. It goes all the way up to 3. So 3 is my y. And it can also equal 3. My x's, so from negative 3 all the way over to 4, negative 3 all the way to 4, and not equal to negative 3 because it's an open circle, equal to 4 because it's a closed circle. My range is my possible y values. So my lowest y is at negative 2. My highest y is up here at 3. And that's how I got the range. So a to the first times a to the second is a to the third. You add the exponents when you're multiplying and the bases are the same. B cubed times b to the fifth. Add the exponents, you get 8. That's 5 times 2, and that's 5, so the 5's would cancel, leave you the 2 on top. Subtract the exponents when it's division here, and that'd leave me at x to the first on top. 1 minus 5 is negative 4. That tells me it's on the bottom, so it's y to the fourth. Square it. So that's 3 squared, x squared, and y cubed squared means you multiply the exponents. I have to raise each one of these to the fourth. So x to the third to the fourth. Multiply the exponents, you get 12. Y to the second to the fourth gives me y to the eighth. And now I have same bases, and you're multiplying, so you add the exponents. Add the exponents. Hardest one here. You have to do the exponent here before I can do this multiplication. So I cube that. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. A squared cubed is to the 6. B cubed. And now 4 times 8 is 32. A to the 6 times A to the 1st, say to the 7th. And B to the 4th. And then now I'm just reducing these. This is 4 times 8. And this is 3 times 4. The 4's would cancel and leave you 8 over 3. Subtract the exponents. Get a to the 6. Subtract the exponents. You get negative 4. So that's b to the 4th in the denominator. All right.